All right, first linebacker we're going to discuss today is Mr. 6'3", 230, Mr. Cooper from A&M. Looks like he has 205 total tackles and about 4 years of work at Texas A&M. I see 2 interceptions. I see 8 passes defensed. Tackles, total 111 solos, 94 assisted, and 30 and a half tackles for loss. He also has 3 forced fumbles. All right, let's get into some highlights. I like the hits. He looks like a hitter. I really believe the 49ers need to bring the woo hit back to San Francisco. People are running on us too much. I just want some people that's going to knock Travis Kelce teeth out when he comes across the middle. I don't know if that's asking for too much, but if I'm drafting, John Lynch is drafting for us, he needs to go get us some players that played like him, that played like Ronnie Lott. Because I'm so sick of seeing these arm tackles, seeing these people coming across the middle and not getting their lights knocked out. I need some, Deshaun Coulson on early Doucette action. I need some Dante Whitner on Pierre Thomas, knock him unconscious on the field. These are the type of physical players that I'm used to the 49ers having. This is another prospect I like a lot. His name is Jeremiah Trotter. He is 6 foot, 230 pounds. His father played in the NFL. He is a fantastic specimen. Let's move forward and get into some highlights. Let's see what he did. He had a total of 192 tackles and about 2.5 years of service at Clemson with 29 tackles for loss. And pick 6 right off the top. I like it. The Niners have been needing another linebacker. Dre Greenlaw is going to be out with the ACL. We lost Alshire, who went to Tennessee and just about led the NFL in tackles. Would love to have him back in free agency, by the way. But if they choose to go in the draft, where they do have what I want to say about 10 or 11 picks this year, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Why not? Let's do some legacy picks. I would love to see Jerry Rice Jr., Jaden Rice come home. I would love to see, Luke McCaffrey's brother. Christian McCaffrey's brother, Luke McCaffrey, he's in the draft as well as Frank Gore Jr., in the late round, 7th round capacity. Just take a flyer on them. They're Niners. The fathers did well. Maybe the sons will do well. The brother did well. Maybe the brother will do well. I wouldn't mind seeing it. But definitely Trotter can come play for me. Trotter is a sideline-to-sideline linebacker. He's very fierce. He can intercept. And I just like how he looks so far. We also have Junior Coulson. He's 6'3", he's 247. The guy was a specimen. They won the championship this year. Let's look at a couple of stats before we get into 142 total tackles in his career. And, Michigan did just win the national championship, so that goes a long way. His productivity is clearly something that is desirable for the 49ers. We need some sideline-to-sideline linebackers. We need some guys that when they hit you, you go the other way. So this is the type of things that I am seeing on this particular footage. He is a linebacker that when he hits you, you go the other way. And I think that is one of the best parts of having a good, solid linebacker. At the end of the day, you want to have somebody that when he goes and hits you, you stop. And Junior Coulson looks like that type of linebacker. He definitely could get a spot on my 53-man roster. If not someone to develop, someone that we would look forward to having as a third linebacker out there with Greenlaw and Warner, and somebody who could sub in for Greenlaw until he gets back and not hurt the defense tremendously. So there we are, Mr. Junior Coulson. He looks pretty solid of a prospect to me. And we're going to move on after this play concludes. Bam. Let's see who else we have here. All right, he's a very productive linebacker. He had 402 total tackles, 200 solos, 200 assists, 15 tackles for loss, 7 interceptions, 13 passes defensed. I would not mind taking a flyer on Mr. Wilson here. Peyton Wilson from NC State, Wolfpack. He has a little bit of an injury history, so he'll probably be available in the 3rd, maybe the 4th round when the 49ers draft. I like the pick 6 ability. I like the fact that when he hits you, he stops you. He seems very instinctive in a Chris Borland type of way. Maybe like a poor man's Brian Urlacher. So, 400 tackles is nothing to shake a stick at. I'm generally a person who looks at productivity. How productive were you in the time that you were in college? He's in college 4 years. He comes out with 400 tackles. That averages to roughly about 100 tackles a season. And you say what you want to say. I mean, some of this time he was injured. So some of these years he's having over 100 tackles. You know what I'm saying? So the guy's a baller. And some team will be very lucky to have him as well. He gets after interceptions. He plays coverage well. The atypical stack linebacker in a 4-3 Seattle system. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for another stack linebacker to put in there. I've had enough of seeing Oren Burks. No disrespect to Mr. Oren Burks, but when we picked you up, I thought you were a special teams player, and I liked you better on special teams. I don't want to see you in the Super Bowl getting ran over or not making a tackle, because this person right here, Mr. Cedric Gray. Now, Cedric Gray is 6'2", 230 pounds. He is a player that the 49ers have had a visit with. I have got that confirmation from Larry Krueger. They did visit with Cedric Gray, and he is a terrific prospect. Let's get into some highlights for Mr. Gray here. I'll also take a brief look at the stats. He had 368 tackles, 145 tackles one season, 121 and 99 the season before that, 29 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles, 5 interceptions, 13 passes defensed. Cedric Gray looks like a boy. So the Niners usually, if they're looking at you, you're pretty damn good. Let's get into some highlights for Mr. Gray. So what I see here is a sideline-to-sideline prospect. He cues on the ball, very extremely fast. Okay, he had this man in drop back coverage that goes perfectly with the cover 3 system that we want to run, where you can drop back into coverage and get an interception. Also, you can make a play on the ball, like he did right there. He's very sideline to sideline. He's a shifty guy. He gets after it. He's feisty. When he gets to the ball, he's going to let you know about it. I love the swagger. I love the attitude. I mean, you're playing at North Carolina. It's not like, Alabama or one of these bigger programs. But in the time that he has played at this particular level, he has excelled. He's been a terrific prospect, and I see why the Niners are looking at him. forcing fumbles. It's pretty good. Next prospect, Tommy Ekenberg from Ohio. 6'3", 239 pounds. Let's get on up to Mr. Ekenberg's highlights. Look at the little stats. He got 268 tackles in a college career. And we're into the highlights. Nice blitz. When you're playing for these big programs like Ohio State, there's a reason that you're their starting middle linebacker. Ekenberg looks like a detonator. He looks like a guy who is a certain sure tackler. I think they said his tackle percentage law. He doesn't miss any tackles. So when you have a problem where I felt like last year's defense was succumb to missing a lot of tackles. They definitely left a lot of plays out there. They let people run across the middle without knocking the shit out of them. I don't like that I don't like it, I don't want to see the Niners missing a bunch of tackles. I don't want to see the Niners giving up these big plays and, Kelsey can get 9, 10 catches in a row and nobody knocked the shit out of him. That's not the type of football I'm used to from the 49ers. I'm used to a physical Ronnie Lott, woo hit, knock your lights out type defense. And that's the type of prospects that I'm looking for in this year's draft because we have to unseat. We have to, as you want to call it, dethrone the dragon. Next prospect is Maris LeFi. Probably slaughtered his name. He's 6'2", 239, senior from Notre Dame, and you know how they love to get prospects out of Notre Dame. So he has a chance to make the team just on that. Now, only 117 tackles. It's not a lot of production. 12 tackles for loss, 3 passes defense, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 interception. Let's get into the highlights. Okay. At least I see the downhill aspect. Hufanga would have him another Samoan buddy out there with the hair flowing to knock people around a little bit. I think he looks pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm seeing from his highlights, they're telling a story that he is very physical, that he knows how to get after it. Looks like he's doing a lot of blitzing, a lot of coming downhill, which is a good thing for a linebacker. That means he's being very decisive, and he's making plays. He's pressuring the quarterback. All right, we're on to Trayvon Wallace from Kentucky. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, quick trigger, downhill, physical linebacker, excellent lift, violent hitter. Let's see about it. Don't talk about it, let's be about it, Mommy always say. So how violent of a hitter is he? How physical is he? He looks pretty damn physical to me. Damn, looks like he broke that dude's leg right there. I like it. The Niners need some more of that. You know what I'm saying? So as a later round prospect, I wouldn't be mad to see his name called Mr. Wallace. He's a good blitzer. Looks like he has potential to do the things that the 49ers like to do in their system. Now, we're not much of a blitzing team. We like to get after it more with the front 4 and drop 7 back into coverage. But on the occasions that we do blitz, we definitely need to have somebody who knows how to get after the quarterback. That is an immense skill. I felt like Patrick Mahomes had all day and forever to throw in this year's Super Bowl, which made me none too pleased. But, considering they let the offensive line hold all day and didn't call any calls, that's just part of the process, bro. We got to beat the NFL, the refs, the Chiefs, everybody. As Niner Nation, as red and gold till we're dead and cold. We're taking a ride on the 49ers gravy train. If you haven't subscribed, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is the type of coverage that I'm bringing you all the time, just showing you the different prospects that the Niners are talking to and trying to get a feel for who we're going to go with in this year's NFL draft. All right, next prospect is a Jaylen Ford out of Texas. He is 6'3", 242 pounds. I like the size. Ball hawking prospect, had 6 interceptions. That's somebody we can get down with. Let's see what the tape says. And let's see what the stats say. Stats say 287 tackles, 27 tackles for loss, 6 interceptions in his career. Doesn't sound bad to me. What has Ford got? He's a hitter. I like the first hit on this tape. Oh, interception. Okay. He can drop back into coverage. Crucial. When you're looking at these linebacker prospects, they have to play on third down. It's a passing league. So you have to be able to contribute something. Oh, he's a young ball hawk out there. Okay, with another pick there, Mr. Ford. I see you. 6 interceptions. Playing for Texas. I ain't mad at you at all. Are we going to get another one? All right. Yeah. So he knows how to drop back into coverage. And that's very, very important for a 49er linebacker because they don't blitz that often. So where are you going to be? You're going to be drop back in some type of curl flat zone or a hook zone. You're definitely going to have to cover the middle of the field. And he seems like he has that rangy ability where he's able to get after somebody. And interception after interception. I mean, I see the 6, and we'll show all 6 of them. He's getting after people. He's also able to blitz if you need him to do that. The guy looks like a pretty solid prospect to me. The majority of these linebackers that I've showed you of the 10, I have my favorites. The Cedric Grays and the young Wilson guy. But this guy right here is right up at the top of the list. So now we got Aaron Casey from Indiana. His profile pops up. He is 6'2", 235 pounds. Let's see what Mr. Casey's statistics look like before we get into the highlights. He had 240 tackles, 36 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 5 passes defensed, and 5 forced fumbles. So that don't sound too bad to me. Let's see what the tape look like. All right, here we go. Okay, nice tackle, brother. 44. Tackle for loss. And this is Indiana versus Ohio, so I'm pretty sure Ohio's supposed to be Ohio's supposed to be blowing them out, and Indiana's supposed to be out there getting their ass kicked. But it's not what I see. It's not what at least 44 is like. I'm not having that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, against Michigan. Where you going, quarterback? And made him fumble. You know what I'm saying? They won a national championship. He out here treating this guy like Stanley. I like it. Okay, 44. Nice tackle. Block shed. Use the off arm to get the guy and bring him down.